What's good, Joe? Right? Let's talk about jobs and how they're not hiring, right? 2026 jobs, hiring, I mean, it's cooked, right? And for those who, if your circumstances, you've been looking for a job, you've been applying, and nothing seems to be happening. No company seems to be reaching out to you. Guys, the job market is cooked in 2026. If you don't have a skill set that companies are actually vying for and looking for, and you know that is really lucrative, or these companies are actually like sifting out to find who has these types of skill sets, it's going to be very hard for you to find a job, right? It's going to be very hard for you to get your foot into a company, right, that is looking for specific individuals with certain skill sets and certain levels of these skill sets, right? you know and I just want to speak to those who are still struggling to find a job. Get yourself a skill set, learn a skill set, right? You can go to a trade school, go get a skilled trade, right? Or start learning skills that you can build, investing, trading, forex, right? Sales. Build a skill that can pay you in the long run, because if you don't have a skill set in 2026, it's over for you. You're cooked. It's going to be very, like, I see videos all the time of people saying it's so hard to find a job, jobs aren't hiring no more. It's because they don't have a skill set, right? You don't have a skill set that jobs want, okay? You don't have a skill that is going to be able to really impact. You have, right, something that most people can probably do. So you have to understand, if you have a high level skill set in something, companies will hire you, right? You will not have a problem getting a job. Guys, I've been in sales my whole life, and I genuinely believe every young man should get into sales, because it's life changing, not only with the money, but with the opportunities and the people, the business partners, and just the people you get to meet. You never know. I'm telling you, you will meet millionaires, you will meet successful people, you will meet athletes or business individuals, people who own companies. Like, you're going to meet so much people being in sales, because you're meeting so many people on a day-to-day. It's going to be lucrative, okay? And I can just say this from experience, because I've never struggled to get a job, because I have so much of experience with sales. I have so much of a high level skill set with sales that it's not hard for me to find one. So when I see these videos on YouTube about people talking about how it's so hard for them to find a job, I'm like, well, why is it so hard for them? And I came to the realization, it's because they don't have a high level skill set. You don't have what companies are looking for, right? And that's just me being honest, because this channel is all about me being truthful, honest. I'm going to speak my mind. It's my thoughts, my opinion. You can drop yours in the comments, right? No hard feelings. But I believe if jobs aren't hiring you, you don't have a high enough skill set. You can get a degree. Okay, you can go to college for 4, 5, 6+ years, right? Get yourself a degree. Those people are still struggling to find jobs. Can you believe it? They go to all that school and pay all that money and have all that debt to finish school, and they try to get a job and they can't even get one. Like, that is such a rigged system. It is meant to keep you in debt. So if you know that, you need to pick up a skill set where, you're not looking at all that debt from going to, all that college. Because if you're not generally wanting to be a nurse, lawyer, a doctor, right, or something in that field that requires school, you're just wasting time. You're wasting time. You're wasting resources. So this video is for those who, don't have a job. You're still applying, and you haven't received no interviews. You haven't got no calls. It is because your skill sets, you don't have high enough skill sets, right? Understand, guys, if you have a skill set people are looking for, you don't have a problem getting a job. It's not going to be an issue. I don't have an issue getting a job because of the skill set I was able to learn at a young age, right? 18 years young, I got into sales. I'm 23 now, and it changed my life forever, personally. So you have to ask yourself, wherever you're at right now, start building a skill set, right? Watch YouTube videos on how to learn a skill. You don't even have to go to college to learn a skill. You don't. We have YouTube University. That's what I call it, YouTube University. You can learn anything on here. So if you're still struggling to find a job, you need to find something you're good at and perform at a high level at it, okay? Keep being consistent and stay disciplined with it. And you're going to see that companies will start to reach out. when you apply, because you have that experience. You have that experience, okay? Especially if you're looking for a lucrative job. Now, if you're looking for a job just to get by, you can get those. You can get a fast food job, right? Flip burgers and, make food. You can get that. But if you're looking for something where you want to put your skills to use, you want to put your gifts, your talents to use, go ahead, right? Build a skill, learn a skill, and put time into that and watch what it does for you. Watch how it's going to pay off. People are just too comfortable nowadays. Everybody just wants to stick to an hourly job. That is comfortability. If you're comfortable, you're never gonna grow. Comfortability will never make you grow. When you're uncomfortable, you will grow. Uncomfortability will allow you to grow. I had to be uncomfortable to get into sales, and it changed my life. So understand, uncomfortability will change your life. Comfortability will keep you the same, will keep you in the same position forever. So that's just my little message to you guys. I hope this inspires you to build a skill set for yourself. Let me know what y'all think, in the comment section. Are you still looking for a job? What job do you currently do? What field are you in? Is there people struggling with degrees who are not getting jobs? Because I've heard so many stories. They're like, I just finished college and I'm struggling to get a job. All right, I went to all this schooling and I'm struggling to still get a job, right? Don't make any sense. I still got people saying, I've been applying for so many jobs. I've applied for 50 plus jobs. They haven't called me. It's all over YouTube. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section. But I think personally, the job scene is cooked. 2026 is cooked. If you don't got a skill set, it's over. You're done with, right? You're just going to have to work at, a fast food place or a spot where, you're not really using any skills. You're just, getting by. So I hope y'all got inspired by this. Hope y'all learned something. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'm out.